Hey, we back. We here. Talk of the year. Hey, it's been a while. So we're going to jump in and dive in like we always do. We're going to talk about that Cardi B and Diggs, you dig? We'll talk about that Finesse 2 times and Jive. And we're going to talk about that Bad Bunny till it ain't funny. Real talk. We're going to do all that. We're going to do it big. Before we do, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe. Hey, you're going to enjoy this content. So go ahead and share. Be well. Move quick. Here we go. Talking about that Cardi B and Diggs. It broke up at the Super Bowl. Caught for sitting on bras. That Lil Wayne. It's kind of like that Romeo and Juliet. I go, don't take me, Romeo, be alone. Trying to find somewhere we could be alone. Hey, you be the prince, and it's a love story. Hey, it's a love story. Just say yes, but it ain't that type of love story. I mean, it's as advertised, really. It's as advertised, Supposedly, everybody knows Diggs, big pimping. The guy got four kids in 1 year while he supposed to be with Cardi B off and on. That's the thing. Nobody never really know. Maybe they had a deal, till the marriage was officially over. Who knows? You know what I mean? You never really know. I can't really take the notion that he 100% never was serious because he was just talking about winning the Super Bowl and marrying her, but actually they can't even do that right now. So. But yeah, it's a crazy situation. I don't really think it's over. It might be a break. But, she wild, But she doing a lot of big things. Her career's still on the up and up. Nicki Minaj going through a lot of, hard times, and Cardi B still doing the big things with her career. Got a lot of potential. She having, not as much luck with the guys she picked. But hey, she picking them. You picking them. It's just like you go to the grocery store. You pick what you want. If you want to put some dirt, you want to put some dirt on the pork chops. Some dirt. Well, I don't really eat pork like that. But, whatever it is, steak. You want to put some dirt on there. You want to put some jelly on there. That's on you. Put that jelly on the steak. So, who knows, man? Maybe Offset done messed up so bad where, she feel like, hey, I can't win for losing, so I might as well. You know what I'm saying? At least he look like he more upfront than Offset. Gotta be if he had four and they were still together. So, but wish him the best. And whatever happened, I wish him the best. He got Diggs, a player. He got a lot of potential. They made the Super Bowl. Second-year quarterback. Cardi B doing her thing. And, as far as female rappers, in the last 5 years, she doing her thing. She's it. Her name rang bells. So hopefully they figure it out. You know what I mean? Real big deal. I ain't lying. Move on. Finesse 2 times. Yeah, Finesse 2 times, getting on live, saying they cheat him out his money. And, he's been doing rants like this and basically saying the deal not right and his money ain't right. Who knows? Only he sees his contract. But this go to show y'all, you new rappers, whoever, singles, R&B singles, got to be sure to look at your paperwork, make sure it's correct. Because once, R.P. psyched that with Tupac. Once the doors closed, you stuck. Once you sign, you stuck. You at their mercy. So it's starting to be more and more of a thing where we hear, artists complaining about the deal they got. Gotta read your paperwork, Finesse 2 times. Wow, he gonna talk his talk. He was saying, he in Houston, bring all your people. So yeah, he gonna stay entertained, but yeah, I hope they, work it out and see if it's worth it. Cause really, it's already a lot of heat. We rap a lot because of the shooting. So, maybe they can cut a deal, cut it in the middle where both sides be happy, which would be good if they could do that. But wishing the best. Hey, but let's talk about that Bad Bunny. That Bad Bunny running around, it ain't even Easter. Got everybody talking about that Bunny. So he did his thing. I didn't know none of the songs. I didn't know he was saying, but it sound good. I like I got one song by Elvis Crespo. I don't know the name of it, but if it come on, I cut a rug on you. I cut a rug on you. You did. Real walkie-talkie. But nah, the man did his thing. Ricky Martin was on there. It was the chord. What they were wearing. The dance move. They put on the show. It was entertaining, even though some folks might not understand it. But hey, I think it's good that we switch it up. We had Katy Perry, we had Michael Jackson, Kendrick. Kendrick did a good job. Oh, Prince almost blew the roof off the place. So yeah, we had a lot of folks. So it's good to switch it up. And if it's a lot of viewers, that's good. At the end of the day, that's what they want. That's why they brought Jay-Z in, because they thought the entertainment wasn't doing as well. So he hit Kendrick and he came back with Bad Bunny. So far, so good. 2 thumbs up. You up to Bad Bunny. Props to him. Hope he keep doing his thing. He's if not the biggest international star, he definitely one. He doing his thing. He proud. And he know he's a factor. So, he ain't kissing no butt. I ain't mad at him. So yeah. That's it. If you enjoy this content, make sure you share, like, subscribe. We're coming on with some more, Next show, we're going to be talking about the Sinners and the amount of awards it won and what make it such a unique movie. Move quick. And let us know y'all thoughts, your comments, how you feel, how you feel about Cardi, how you feel about Diggs. I see both sides. Do you see one side? What about Finesse 2 times? He too wild, or do you think they cheating, or what up? What's your stance on that? As you were, let us know. Talk of the year.